Hello, art people. Welcome to day 2 of color theory weaving. I can write an artist statement using art vocabulary to explain why I made certain decisions while making my art, so that I can explain why I chose certain colors when making my tapestry, which is woven artwork. I'll know I've got it when I've included at least 2 ways I use colors to illustrate my feelings in my tapestry. All right, now our art inspiration for today is Kente cloths from Ghana. And so you're going to pause this video you're watching right now, and then you're going to pop over, watch this one, and then once you're done, come right back and we'll get started with our activity. So go ahead and pause my video and watch this one over here. Just like when we did the popsicle sticks, you need to pick out your colors based off of what mood you want your artwork to present and what kind of meaning you want your artwork to have. Other than that, I do have some reference images here in the reference image packet you're welcome to look at for different ideas, and so you have an idea of what it's going to look like. So the first thing that we're going to do is the warp. So the warp is the long yarn that runs vertically up and down the fabric. So we're going to do that first, and then we'll do the weft, which is when you go back and forth. Okay, let's get started. So you're going to get a ball of yarn, and then you're going to want to tie this end up here in the top left corner area. It could be on this stick, it could be on a diagonal. I'm just going to tie mine there. So to tie it, you're just simply going to go underneath, okay? And then it's just like the first part of doing a shoe. So you put the string underneath, then you can kind of make it into an X like this, where your tail end is underneath, and then you're going to go over this bottom part of the X and through the hole and tug. So like I said, just the first part of tying a shoe, and then you're just going to do the exact same thing. So you have your end of your yarn, you can go under again, and then through the hole and tie it like so. All right. And then if that was too difficult for you, you're welcome to get some tape and use the tape to do it, or ask for some tape. So at that point, you're going to unravel your ball a little bit so you have some yarn to work with. And again, we are making the warp. So we're going down and then up. So this back line of strings that you're going to be making, every time you go back up, that is going to be kind of at a diagonal, and that's fine. That's not what we're going to weave with. We're going to weave with the front straight lines. So at a diagonal and straight, at a diagonal. So a diagonal line is just a line that's leaning, so it just leans a little bit. So you're just wrapping this around, and you want them to be spread out about this much. So it's about like half a fingernail wide, or like a quarter of an inch. So just go ahead and start wrapping yours. And then as you need more yarn, it will just come right off of the ball. You can unravel it yourself. Okay. And once you get back up to the top towards the end, then you're going to cut a tail for yourself. Now, if you make it somewhat long, like so, then it can be something that you can hang, because you can connect these two strings. So I recommend unraveling your yarn a little bit so that you can hang this somewhere. So here I go. And now before we do that, where we tie these two together, we have to secure this. So we're just going to tie it. Make sure the strings, need to be tight when you tie it, because however the strings are when you tie it, that's how it's going to stay. So I'm just going to go through that. Okay, so now I've got this like loop here at the top. Okay, here's my string. I'm going to go from the back. I'm going to go forward and then through the hole. Okay, and I'm going to do it twice, just like we did at the front. So I'm going to go back here to make a loop, to make a tie-in. Okay, here's my loop. I'm going to come from the back through the hole. Okay, So now it's tied. And now, like I said, if you want to make a door holder, again, it's just like tying your shoes. You can just crisscross them. The one in front, you're just going to wrap behind it like so. So that's like the first part. And then you're just going to wrap them around each other again. So you can take the one on the right, for instance, go over the one on the left, poke it through the hole, and then tie it like so. And then you can hang it there. And then I'm also going to kind of even these back out a little bit. Okay. So they're even. So this is the first part. This is the warp that we just made. So now we're going to do the weft. And I'm going to pick a different color. Remember, your colors need to represent what you want them to represent. So you need to think about what your colors are going to be. We watched a video about symbolism last time. So I'm going to make a piece of string that, I don't know, let's just say it wraps around. Let's just say it can wrap around a couple times. And then you can cut it there. That's a good length to work with here. Okay. That's good. Okay, so in order to weave, what you do, I'll zoom in. Okay. We don't have those looms like in the Kente cloth videos. We have a different type of loom here. So we're not going to have to use our feet like in the video. We don't have like that big wooden stick like in the video. We're using our hands. So find the end of your string. And you're going to go over, under, over, under. So I'm going to go over this one. And remember, we're just working with these strings on the top, not these strings on the back. Okay, so I'm going to go over this one. Okay, on top of this one. And then I need to pull this up so I can go underneath it. Okay, like that. And then the next one is over, and the one after that is under. So it just goes back and forth, under, over, under, over. So it will look something like this. You can tell I went over it because the yarn is covering up that, the green is on top of the blue. So I clearly went over it, right? So on this one I went under. So next I need to go over, so I just skip over it. And then under, over, under, over, under, and over. Okay. Now at the end of the line, you're going to pull your string through until you have a tassel. Well, it's not quite a tassel yet, but your end is going to be like this. That's good. And then you'll take this end, this is the working end, and you're going to go right back down, but you need to go the opposite, okay? So on my last string here, did I go over or did I go under with my green? Yeah, the green is over top the blue. So that means now I'm going from right to left. I'm going to go back, down, back over. I need to do the opposite. So since I went over last time, for this string, I have to go under it this time. Okay, so I'm going to go under and then over, under. See how it will kind of look like that? That's kind of the look you're going for. So like the string, like the blue string, the string going down, the warp, if you went over it last time you came to that string, you need to go under it this time. It has to be the opposite. Okay, so over, under, over, under, over, under, over, and under. And then again, pull through. Okay. Now, if you yank this really hard, it will get skinny, which I've definitely seen in a lot of like student examples on the internet. A lot of kids weaving projects like this are really kind of like skinny in the middle, which I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I just tend to like it to look a little bit more relaxed. So just something to keep in mind. And then we're just going to go back up. So last time on this string, last time I worked with it, I went under it, right? So this time, what do I need to do with this string? Yeah, I need to go over it. Last time I went under, so now I'm just going over it. So it's kind of like you're skipping it. And then the next one you go under. All right, so I'm just going to continue here as you continue. And then I also like to push them to the top when I'm done. It will look better at the end if like every line you kind of push it up to the top. Okay, now I'm about done with my green. I do recommend like when you finish your color, instead of having one end on the left and one end on the right, I recommend having all your strings end like on the same side personally, but it's actually really up to you, honestly. But I'm going to go ahead and do one more weaving through with this green, and then I'm going to switch colors. Okay, so the reason I was saying like they could all end on the same side if you wanted is because of if you were trying to go for this look here of this reference image, these, see how they have tassels but they're all at the end, so you can make those tassels with these strings at the end if you want, but you know, notice how they're all at the same side. Okay, and then you would, I guess, opt to not do this door hanging part if you wanted, so you would just trim this and then it would be like that and hanging if you wanted it to be more like that. But at the same time, this reference image just has them going back and forth, and that's fine too. Yeah, so it's really personal choice. I am going to actually change my color in a way that's, I don't know if any of the reference images do this. Maybe this one did it. But what I'm going to do is simply tie my next color to this. So first I'm going to trim it. I'm not going to do the tassels, I guess is what I'm saying. So if you want to do the tassels, you don't have to do this part right here where I'm going to attach my next color to this. I'm just going to make it one long thing, you know? Plus it's going to leave a knot in my artwork. So really it's really personal choice, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some of this color now. And again, I'll just wrap it around my artwork twice. There we go. Okay. It's probably enough to wrap it around twice. Yep, that's good. Okay, trim that. Okay. So like I said, I'm actually going to tie mine to the end, so it ends up being one long string. You don't have to do this, but I'm just going to tie it like a shoe. So I'm going to put like the blue over the green, wrap around once, And then I'm going to go ahead and kind of go around my finger with the green and then cross over with the blue, poke it through and pull it. And now I've got them connected. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start weaving now with this blue one. All right. So you guys can go ahead and change colors whenever you want, however you want, and start weaving your next color. This is going to be our last color for today, and we'll finish up next time. So I just wanted you to do the warp today and weave about halfway down. And then we'll do the rest next time. And we're also going to do a little bit of writing next time as well. Okay. Okay, so see with this knot, I'm just going to push these little flyaways, these like green. Oh, hold on. This right here. Like this end of the tie. See, is it this? Okay, this end of the tie, I'm going to put it in the back like so. And then there's a blue end to the tie too. That's also going to go to the back. Like that. Okay. There we go. Come on. I want it to loosen. There we go. Okay, push it up. Yay. Okay. Alrighty, so like I said, that is halfway. Well, that's about halfway. It's not fully whole halfway, but halfway-ish. So therefore, that is the end of the lesson for today. Now, that being said, we do need to write our name and class on the back of our artwork on a popsicle stick. Okay. Now, this is all going to wait until tomorrow or next time that you have art. Wrap this up. And the rest of this will wait until next time you work on this project, probably next time you come to art. And this is going to be put away nicely, and then we'll get it back out next time, and we'll finish it next time. And then we are going to do, like I was saying, a little writing. We're going to write our artist statement about this, and you'll have to say why you chose the colors you chose, essentially. So we'll get to do that next time. So thank you guys so much for watching. That's it for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.